and hub over his last 4 games, where 3 of those have been wins for the Fighting Irish. 17.8 points per game, 55% from beyond the arc.
Forest at 5-7, 2-7 in the ACC. Oklahoma getting in close with a little hook shot, and that's going to drop down. Wake Forest with the early strike, getting inside the paint.
But denied by Durham, and now Durham with the nice catch and finish. That's one of those, that's a fastball that got up on him quick, Obi. Masood at the rim and then catching the pass. It's like the big fella running the floor. Give him a lot of credit for having great hands on that possession.
Open shooter Masood will drain that one. He's 40% out there.
They have to establish that identity as to who they want to be before they can say that they have the culture developed in Winston-Salem.
Durham, little fall away. Nice touch there.
Already has 2 buckets early for Notre Dame. You want to keep the big fella out there and give him as many opportunities as you can.
Shesky with a nice feed, and Durham continues his good early run.
Finishing it off and then going to the opportunities with passing on the interior with he and Nate Lachette, LaFonso Ellis, as well as assistant coach Ryan Humphreys. So great company for Juwan Durham. But Obi, I'll go with you at the 2. I'll go with you at the 2. No, I've got the ball.
Right.
Yeah, I'll go with you at the 2. I'll keep the ball. I'll go with you at the 2.
You've got the ball, and I will never touch it. That's how that works.
You know, I mean, he takes nothing for granted. He doesn't take things seriously, and he enjoys what he does, and you got to appreciate that.
Fresh powder. I have a feeling that was not the case with you, my friend.
Well, Obi, you know me well enough to know that I would have no idea what it's like outside because I haven't been out there in about 3 days.
A pop way downtown. That won't drop by Masood. The save back inside. Oh, nice look there for the easy dunk. Okpomo with 2. He's putting a lot of pressure on that rim again. Witt with a nifty save there, and that'll turn into a run here for Williamson. And up for 2.
AC Nate Lashesky, Dane Goodwin get back on the floor here relatively soon if they're not able to make anything happen on the offensive end.
Durham has been the go-to man. Nice hook pass to get him a couple of more.
At Notre Dame, and right now he's been the guy on the offensive end of the floor early in this one.
Ryan with a clean look will stick that. He had a great game on Saturday.
Turned into wins for these teams, so they rely on the 3. But right now, to this point, neither have had much success from beyond the arc.
Mucius on the drive. Here's Witt to lift and got it right in front of the horn.
Training that most of his teammates did, and you know that's one of the things where Steve Forbes said he missed out on most was the actual weight conditioning and trying to strengthen that body to be able to play in the ACC.
Kick back out to Ryan, and another one from three-point land.
One of the reasons why he's getting more and more minutes for Coach Mike Bray.
Word saying that one is knocked out of there.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe Louisville went down to NC State last night, Obi. I think the Wolfpack were able to knock off the #1 team in the country. But NC State actually went down to Virginia Tech last week, and then they returned the favor to Louisville. So it's going to be interesting to see who's at #1. The basketball, and of course, we all know sharing is caring for Prentice Hub as he's attacking the paint and helping his teammates get involved in scoring.
Ryan, by the way, with 8 points in 8 minutes off the bench for Notre Dame. Trying to force it inside. Masood, no, the follow is up and good.
And you look at it, Coach Forbes, having played 10 guys already, now has a mix of starters and reserves on the floor.
Mucius, yes, got it to go. Count that basket. He'll be at the line as well.
Has been a great leader as well as teammate in this Wake Forest program, and one of the guys who's given them the success that they've had thus far under Coach Forbes.
Really a guard who just happens to be 6'10". He's really one of the best shooters in America. He makes 64% of his shots, 52% from 3
against Pittsburgh. So you have to be aware of where he is around that three-point line whenever he has the ball.
Oh, Wirtz heaving it up there. Goodwin outside the 3. Lashesky over the shoulder, the tip up and in. Goodwin with some nice touch.
The ranked opponents that they've played this season alone, you know, very few teams play a ranked opponent. Nevertheless, 7 of them throughout the year. And we see Notre Dame coming out with a 1-3-1 zone, and When you put Nate Laszewski at the top of that zone, it's tremendous size, but when you're trapping out of a 1-3-1 for Miami, and now a big one there to tie the game for the Demon Deacons.
Good one, good look, yes! He'll bury that shot. Notre Dame in the home whites with the basketball to begin the second 20 minutes here at Purcell Pavilion. Laszewski was pretty quiet in that first half, and that's what Notre Dame could do so well. And here's Laszewski off target there. Durham fights and stuffs it back in. Goodwin drives it into the lane, trying to reverse course. Draws the foul, and he'll go to the line.
At halftime, and right now Steve Forbes trying to find some type of energy to start the second half. Going to Jalen Johnson, getting him in the game early here in the second. But Juwan Durham continues to deny everything at the rim. Durham, of course, the primary suspect in the block party.
Yeah, he's got 4 of them, and that one all the way down.
Yeah, 5 blocks for Durham. He's already in double figures with 13 points. He's got 8 rebounds and 5 blocks. We might have to watch out for a triple-double watch. He did. He sprinted right back and did not allow Williamson to have an easy layup. Threw his rhythm off just a bit, and of course Prentice Hub, just for good measure, comes back and knocks down the 3. You know, that's the first time we've really seen Durham be indecisive on the offensive end, but he gets a pass thrown immediately, just directly to him on the defensive end.
And you're having trouble making anything. Like there's a lid on that basket. With over the top for Oguama, in close, and one. And the one thing you're noticing about these long shots by the Fighting Irish is, you know, getting in close for an easy 2 here, but it's the one that the point guard allows me to shoot as the 2 guard.
Well, I will say, as your point guard, you can shoot every time I throw it to you because I only want assist.
Jogo getting involved and drops in 2 more, and now Notre Dame is firing on all cylinders. Oguama underneath will lay in 2 as he rolls to the hoop.
But got the exact shot that he wanted.
Oguama again, double up inside, but it doesn't matter. He fights right through it for 2.
With 3 field goals now here in the second half. And he's the only one that scored for the Demon Deacons. His 3 field goals have been all their scoring in the second half as Cormac Ryan continues to stay hot from beyond the arc. For Notre Dame, and if you get those wins, now you find yourself sitting at 500 in ACC play with a favorable schedule going down the stretch. You mentioned to Coach Bray, Juwan Durham continues to dominate on the block, and the stats have it wrong, and that should not happen when he's at home. They've got to give him that 5th block shot, or maybe they're trying to preserve Jordan Cornett's record. You think that's it? The students return, and they will have in-person classes. Beautiful, fine.
On the slam, Jogo makes sure of it.
He sprains his ankle. They've had to deal with injuries to Cormac Ryan, to Jogo. They've had different guys in and out of the lineup.
Laszewski has not been much of a factor in this game, and he has arguably been their best player. He's been one of the better players in the ACC this year.
I believe that's what Mike Bray wants from this team. I mean, again, Nate Laszewski's a great player, but you don't want to have to depend on him to go get 25 and 28 for you to win games, although he does get a nice, easy dunk off of a beautiful find from Prentice Hub. That was my first dealings with Coach Bray when he was an assistant coach at Duke. Had a couple letters from him recruiting me when I was in high school, but played against the 92 and 94 champions.
For 3, 72-44. Williamson on the nifty drive. Again slams on the brakes and the kick out. Mucius will stick it from 3-point land. Juwan Durham really got things rolling for the Fighting Irish in the opening minutes. He's had a standout game and give him another basket and 1.
To only 5 turnovers for Notre Dame in this game. And, you know, and Wake Forest hasn't turned the basketball over much. They just haven't been able to make shots, especially in the second half. Carter Witt here's that, knocks down the long distance 3.
You know, it's one of the things, you know, about the COVID-19 period of college sports, and a nice move inside by Oguama and cufflinks, you know, in that closet. What do you do with all that stuff?
Jay Wright's going to wear a suit. I mean, again, regardless as to whether they relax it or not, Jay Wright will be back in a suit. I agree with him wholeheartedly. I don't think coaches should be asked nor required to wear suits while coaching basketball.
Oguama with 2.
And so few times in the game, only 10 fouls total in this game. Their games go so much faster. Where a normal college basketball game would take 2 hours, we will most likely be done with this game. And so that's just a staple of this program, playing defense without fouling, and they did a tremendous job of that tonight. Notre Dame didn't shoot the ball well to start this game. They were 0 for their first 6 threes until Ryan knocked down that one, and then after that, they made 6 of their next 10 three-point field goals.
Up with the lay-in right in front of the horn, and that does it.